Hi, everyone. A warm and lovely welcome to tonight's leadership. Today is happy new month. It's a very, very wonderful time, for us to just be cheerful, for us just to have great times with family and friends. So, a very warm welcome to tonight's leadership segment. Our theme for the month of December is actually I have a purpose for existence, and we are getting our anchor scripture from Jeremiah 1 verse 5. I have a purpose for existence. I have a purpose for existence. Please, guys, always remember this, that you have a purpose for existence. That is our theme for this month. Please drop a comment, like, and share. Drop a comment, like, and share. You are welcome to tonight's leadership segment. I am your host, Inonge, and a certified speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team. And tonight, actually, what we're going to be looking John Maxwell. So, guys, please drop those comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Drop those comments. Let me know where you're watching from. And I see a comment from um, from Musama, watching from Zimbabwe. Musama, thank you so much for tuning in. And we see another comment from Mundia. Mundia is also watching, and Mundia says, "Good evening, good evening, Mundia." Sama also goes ahead and says, "Good evening." So, guys, you are welcome to tonight's leadership segment. And then our topic for discussion tonight is seven habits of successful people. Seven habits of successful people. Remember, if you have been following last segment, the last segment we're actually looking at ways in which we can increase, in which we can increase our ability, our capacity to act. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people were very, very attached to the the tip of doing important things daily and not occasionally, doing important things daily and not occasionally. So tonight we're actually looking at seven habits of successful people. Seven habits of successful people. These are habits that you and I should really, really adopt. These are habits that have been tried and have been tested, and these are habits that are being passed on to us by a very great leadership guru by the name of John C. Maxwell. So to take us ahead, guys, please like and share. Also, drop your contributions. Feel free to participate as we go ahead in tonight's segment, and then I will be able to read all the comments at the end of the segment. I'll be able to refer to all the comments at the end of the segment. So our first habit for tonight, the first habit for tonight is make a commitment to grow every day. Make a commitment to grow every day. And when I talk about growing, I'm not talking about physical growth. No, I'm not talking about physical growth. I mean growth through knowledge, the knowledge that you have. Make a commitment to expand your knowledge every day. Every day, learn something new. Learn something new concerning the things that add value to you. If you're a parent, learn something new about parenting. At least read a book. Read a book. Just better yourself. Better the things that you actually find yourself doing most of the times. Improve at whatever job you're doing. Improve at whatever business you are actually carrying out in your academics. Just make a commitment to grow every day, to grow better. than you were yesterday. Make that commitment. It is a habit. It is the first habit of successful people. What successful people do, they strive to grow every day. So, guys, the first habit out of the 7 habits that we're going to be discussing tonight is make a commitment to grow every day. Make a commitment to grow every day. And the second is value the process more than the event. So that's value the on the event. We usually concentrate on the goal, and then we forget the process. We forget the process. We forget about the journey that we have taken, which so happens to be part of our life. In order for you to achieve whatever goal that you have set out, maybe it's in 4 years, maybe it's in 4 months, maybe it's in 4 weeks, whatever goal you have set, there is a journey, there is a process that you have to undergo. It's very, very important to value that process, because that process is actually what makes us. What makes us is not the goal, but it's the process. It's very, very important for you who's a successful person and who's going to achieve more success to be grateful for the process. To be grateful for the process. And also, as you are going through that process of actually achieving that goal, that dream, it is very important for you and I to take note of the lessons that we are learning. Take note of the lessons that we are learning. Take extremely, extreme notes, like be conscious about the process. Value the process more than the event. I think when it comes to this, when I was going through this point, actually, the first thing that came to my mind is the advice that people are usually given when they're getting married, to say, you know what, don't prepare for the wedding, because the wedding is just a day's event. Prepare for marriage. That's what they say. Don't prepare for the wedding, but prepare for marriage. A lot of people put in so much into the event that they forget the process. They forget the process. So, guys, our habit number 2 is to value the process. Whatever process we are going through in our lives, we need to value it. Whatever lessons that we are learning in our lives, we need to take them in and to be grateful for the process, because without the process, we cannot have the outcome. The outcome is only a result of the process. So successful people are grateful for the process that they go through, and they also place a lot of value on the process. And then the third, don't wait for inspiration. Don't wait for inspiration. Do not wait for inspiration. Do not wait for inspiration. Most times people, instead of starting to do something, they are waiting for inspiration. They are waiting for something to happen that is going to push them. So what we're noticing from these 7 habits of successful people is that successful people do not wait for inspiration. They take action, because that inspiration may never come. That good signal that you're waiting on, it may never come. Begin to take action concerning your dreams, concerning that vision that you have. The inspiration for you to come may never come. Take action. If anything, if you are waiting on inspiration, wait on yourself. Be your own source of inspiration. Inspire yourself for greater heights, because you are the one that has this vision. You're the one that knows what your dream is. You're the one that has this picture of what you want to accomplish. So inspire yourself. Waiting on others, waiting on circumstances, waiting on things to actually inspire you, it will never happen. Okay, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens, but the probability that it's going to happen is usually less than 20%. So the best thing that you can do is Inspire yourself. Inspire yourself. Don't wait for inspiration. Take action. Be a person that takes action. We are learning the 7 habits of successful people. And what we can take away is that successful people, they do not wait for inspiration. They actually take action. So our fourth habit tonight is be willing to sacrifice. Be willing to sacrifice for opportunity. Be willing to sacrifice for opportunity. When you hear the word sacrifice, I know somebody always usually has even those negative emotions coming up because sacrifice has a bad reputation. The reputation that sacrifice has is that, when it comes to sacrifice, it means I have to give up something. But the truth is, in reality, sacrifice is not about giving up something, but sacrifice is actually, making something sacred. Making something sacred. It's about time that we began to look at sacrifice the way success look at sacrifice as a time for giving up, but they look at sacrifice as a time for placing value on what is important to them. For instance, you might want to spend a lot of time with your kids, or you might want to become more healthy than you are today. So when you think about it, when you think about the other stuff, sacrifice should not be to say, okay, I have to give up this to be with my kids. No, sacrifice to you should mean, okay, I am placing more value on this than that. So be willing to sacrifice for opportunity. Always, when an opportunity comes, seize that opportunity, because opportunity does not hang around for so long. This is one thing that I've come to realize. You can have an idea today, and then you look around and there is nobody that actually is performing that idea that you have. And then with time, you begin to notice that other people are actually going into that idea that you actually had maybe years back or even months back. So whenever an opportunity comes, please, please, guys, be willing to sacrifice for opportunity, and let us develop a new mindset, a mindset that does not actually tarnish the word sacrifice or the feeling of sacrifice. Let us not look down on sacrifice as, okay, sacrifice is always giving up, but let us change our mindset to come to the fact that sacrifice is actually placing value on the things that are more important. So that's one of the habits that successful people have. They see sacrifice as something that is valuable and important, and not something that is actually, something that you're actually giving up. And then we have our fifth habit that successful people have. Successful people dream big. They dream big. What are your dreams? And what is the size of your dreams? Why are you minimizing those dreams? Why don't you take it to the next level and just begin to dream big? Because what you realize is that when you do not dream big, what you are actually doing is that actually being able to live a life that is fulfilling unto yourself. When you're dreaming small, it is those small dreams that you're going to pursue. It is only those small dreams that you're going to achieve. But when you're dreaming big, you are actually bringing a possibility of that dream becoming a reality. Actually, the possibility is even high for that dream to become a reality. So successful people have the habit of actually dreaming big. Successful people have the habit of actually dreaming big. And then the sixth habit that successful people have is that successful people plan their priorities. So the sixth habit is, please guys, let us learn to plan our priorities. Plan our priorities. Write down your dreams, write down your goals. Because, when you write down your dreams, they become more clear, and then they actually become more actionable, more actionable. Just after writing down your dreams and your plans, also come up with daily things, things that you can do daily that will help you to be able to attain your dreams, to attain your goals, to grow in whatever it is that you're doing. Plan your priorities. Plan your priorities every day. What are your priorities? Look at your day and think to say, okay, what are my priorities? Every time, plan your priorities. Before you go out each morning, plan your priorities. That's what successful people do. Remember, we are looking at 7 habits for successful people by John C. Maxwell. So the seventh, but not the least of the habits is don't give up. Don't give up. Successful people really don't give up. They don't give up. They never give up. Yes, reaching the finishing line, it's a very great feeling. But the worst feeling is actually giving up when you were just a stone throw away from achieving your dream and achieving your goal. And then just when you give up, somebody else comes and picks up from where you left. And then within a short period of time, they prevail. They actually make it in whatever it is that you started. Don't give up, guys. Whenever you face something that looks like a failure, don't label it as failure. Label it as a lesson. Label it as a lesson. Hmm? Whenever you encounter a hateful time, a tough time, because as you pursue your dreams, as you pursue your visions, they're going to be tough times. They're going to be challenging times. They're going to be times that actually wound you. Learn to turn your wounds into wisdom. Don't give up. Don't give up. No matter how things get, always don't give up. Remember every time that, the one that finishes the race runs till the end. The one that quits along the way, they don't finish the race. They run, but they don't finish the race. So be the person that actually doesn't give up. And you see that as you continue to push, you'll be learning such that as you go higher, you won't be able to make the same mistakes that you made, as you were just beginning. So guys, whatever you do, don't give up. So those were the seven habits that we had for you on tonight's leadership segment. Our first habit was make a commitment to grow every day. And then the second habit was don't wait for inspiration. Don't wait for inspiration. We had be willing to sacrifice for opportunity, and also don't give up, dream big, value the process more than the event. Value the process more than the event. So for the people that are currently watching, please guys, share with me what you at least have taken from these 7 habits, the 7 habits that I have just shared with you by John C. Maxwell. Let me know which one exactly is appealing to you, which one exactly is appealing to you. So we have a comment from Wendell, and Wendell says, yeah, Wendell is just saying hi. Good evening, India. Good evening, Wendell. Good to know that you're part and parcel of tonight's leadership segment. And then we also have a comment from Manfred. Manfred is also saying good evening, Manfred. Thank you for tuning into tonight's leadership segment. I hope and trust that you're typing and sharing, what you have taken from the 7 habits at least. Which one is speaking to you? And then we have a comment from Joseph, and Joseph is watching all the way from Livingstone. Thank you so much. Joseph drops a comment and says Livingstone is watching. Thank you so much, Joseph, for being part and parcel of tonight's leadership segment. And then we have a comment from Jacob, and Jacob says, very true, our mind. Let me just get that comment. Very true, our minds attract what we think. You dream big, you attract big things in your life. That's true. Let me just read that comment again from Jacob. Jacob says, very true, our mind attracts what we think. You dream big, you attract big things in your life. That is very, very true, Jacob. And then we have another comment. This is from Collins. Collins, thank you so much for tuning into tonight's leadership segment. And Collins is actually watching from Woodlands, and he goes ahead to say powerful. So we have another comment from Manfred, and Manfred is actually sharing with us what he has actually taken from the 7 habits. The thing that has really, let's say clicked with him is don't give up, which was the 7th habit from the 7 habits that we were discussing. So guys, if we have other comments, please keep them coming. Let us just enlighten one another on what has actually spoken to you. If you have got any contribution, any questions, please feel free to post them. Remember, our topic for discussion tonight was 7 habits of successful people. That was the topic of discussion on tonight's leadership segment. So keep those comments coming. Any questions, any contributions, please keep them coming. And also, guys, please stay tuned for the quotes of the week that will be coming, just to remind us, just to place some emphasis on the habits, because we looked at habits from the inspirational segment. Habits, good positive habits, are actually what makes somebody mature. As a mature person, we saw from the scriptures that you need to train your senses through the things that you do. So habits are usually the things that we find ourselves doing often. Sometimes we are not even conscious of them. It's actually our subconscious mind, that reflects them. So habits are an important thing to actually look and observe yourself, to say, what are my habits? Are my habits in line with my goals? Are my habits in line with my visions? And then we also looked in yesterday's motivational segment. We looked at how good habits will cost you. Good habits will cost you presently, but at the end, like in the long run, you actually benefit. Say, for instance, if you're thinking of bodybuilding, and then you go to the gym, the first days will be painful. Your body is going to ache, but in the long run, your body will begin to feel light, and you become more fit. And then we looked at bad habits. We said bad habits, actually, you derive the pleasure there and then, but in the end, in the long run, it actually costs you. So when you think, for instance, an example that I gave in yesterday's motivational segment was junk food. When you have that craving for junk food and you eat that junk food, it feels so good, it tastes so good. But in the long run, when that weight begins to show forth, and then you're now thinking of contemplating hitting the gym and exercising, frequently. The effects of that junk food will not appear today or tomorrow, but it is in the long run. So remember, guys, that the good habits, they will cost you today, but you will benefit tomorrow or as the days go by. And then with the bad habits, you derive pleasure looking at seven habits of successful people, and currently we don't have any other comment that has just come in. So, guys, I just want to say thank you for participating in tonight's leadership segment. I am very grateful you actually tuned in, and look out for the inspirational segment on Monday, motivational segment on inspirational segment on Sunday, motivational segment on Monday, and also the leadership segment on Tuesday. This Sunday, we today is the first day of the month of December, and we have introduced a theme that I have a purpose for existence. So all the segments will actually be centered around, purpose for existence, discovering your purpose, discovering your vision and the like. So that is basically what we'll be looking forward to. So guys, have a blessed night. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day if you're watching from outside Africa. Thank you so much for being part and parcel of tonight's leadership segment. Thank you for all the comments, all the contributions. I am very, very glad that I have you guys as a very positive audience. Good night, guys.